it'd be good. You know, it'd be good to get on with him.
In terms of Derek Chisora, I know his plan was to hit fight 50. He's now got the fight scheduled in with Wallin. It would be a brilliant way if you two could, I mean, the entertainment level of the fights you had were fantastic. Just quickly on his fight with Otto Wallin, is that a fight that when you saw announced got...
I was thinking it's a silly fight to me, because Wallin's just going to... We're not Wallin's going to do. He's just going to be negative and outbox Derek and run around and move around, outbox him and get a point in decision. He's not going to try and stand and trade and have an exciting fight. Derek says, no, he just been knocked out in his last fight, so he's just going to box and move around and pick up the points.
But what we would have got if it would have been you and Derek
would have been a war. Would have been a war. Would have picked up right where we left off, round 11. Is it round 21? Round 21.
21 round. I mean, you shared a lot, you and Del.
Yeah.
So those are the words of Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte states that Chisora's fight with Otto Wallin is a trash fight, right? A silly fight. And he said he's gonna, Otto Wallin's gonna run around and he's going to stay away from Del Boy and win a decision. And let me counterpunch. People, I want to make this known. Otto Wallin and Dillian Whyte was supposed to fight like 2022 or late 2021, right? And Dillian Whyte pulled out because of a shoulder injury or whatever, and him and Otto Wallin didn't fight. So now you hear him saying it's a silly fight. He's going to run around and box and move. But then yet you know, at some point you have to tie in the fact that maybe that's a reason why you decided to end that fight, because maybe that fight with Otto Wallin was a damn banana peel. See, he could have fought Otto Wallin and chose not to. Instead, he went for the gusto to fight Tyson Fury, sure, for $8 million, a lot more money, but the stay busy fight with Otto Wallin was something that he scheduled and signed on to do, and then it came to an injury, and you ask yourself, like, okay, so at what point will the injury hinder you for the next fight that you're claiming that you're trying to get up for if you're already injured? When did you get injured? Those things were asked when he pulled out of that fight, because I actually wanted to see that fight, because I know Otto Wallin is not a quitter, even though Joey Gamash's trainer made him quit because of the broken eye bone and all that. But he's not a guy that is, he's not chinny. He's not a guy that goes away easily. And I think Otto Wallin, with the awkward style that he has, he's not a power puncher. So why would he engage in a power puncher like Dillian Whyte, or Derek Chisora for that matter? Why would he do that? Fighters that talk like that, it shows me the complacency of where they're at. That shows me what they prefer and who they prefer to fight. I know everyone has their picks and chooses and their preferences, but at the end of the day, though, Dillian Whyte saying that Otto Wallin and versus Derek Chisora is a silly fight. But here's the deal. What would have been a better fight? Sure, him and Del Boy, which he's already beat Del Boy twice, so I don't see why you'd want to fight him. I think that's actually silly and just overstressed, because if he fights him for the third time, sure, it's a local thing, but that you can't then say and talk shit about Tyson Fury fighting Deontay Wilder 3 times. And I know it was a lot of legality stuff going on with that, but still, you can't even talk about that person that you fought and beat 3 times. Why would you want to fight him again? That's like Tyson Fury and Derek Chisora. Why would you want to fight him again? So to go down that route instead of someone new and fresh gets me. And what he's not saying is, hey, how about the guy that's supposed to fought Derek Chisora, Jarrell Miller? You see what I mean? So when you hear him saying, well, I want Derek Chisora, well, Derek Chisora is a guy that you've already beat. How about you fight someone that won't run from you like you prefer, someone that does have a beard, someone that ain't going nowhere. He's going to be coming right at you, throwing punches just like you're throwing at him, like Jarrell Miller. So it just, a lot of times it's like what people say, and then it's a lot of times what people don't say. Okay, so Dillian Whyte saying that about Otto Wallin, because maybe he didn't get the fight or whatever, but then maybe That's why he didn't want to fight someone like Otto Whyte. See, and at that point, you have to look at how versatile a fighter is, how adaptable a fighter is based on who he's willing to fight. Because at some point, Dillian probably looked at that, you know, he started looking at that like, I don't know, I don't think I want to fight Otto Whyte. And he gave you the reason more than likely right then in this interview. You know, shout out to Stomping Yard for the interview. But, you know, I just think it's strange that that's the same fighter that you pulled out from. Now it's a silly fight with someone that you wanted to fight for the third time. But you guys tell me what you think of Dillian Whyte stating that Otto Whyte versus Derek Chisora is a silly fight. It makes no sense. It's going to be boring. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched.